Hello guys and welcome back to the Globe Conquerors Manila Promotionals. My name is Vulcan, with me is Crazy Apple. So we'll be your shotcasters entering Game 2 of the Best of 3 series in our Match 1 of Naga Esports versus Imperium Pro Team. So for those tuning back again at us, thank you so much for joining us again in our Game 2.
Yeah, and hi everyone. Yeah, welcome back to the Game 2 of Naga Esports versus Imperium Pro Team, where nakuha nga ni Naga Esports yung first game, Game 1 in this Best of 3 series. And I'm very excited kung paano, I mean, IPT won that Game 1. And I'm actually very excited kung how this Game 2 will pan out, if IPT can close out the series or will Naga bounce back and take it to match 1.
So guys, for those who are just joining us right now, so a quick recap. As Crazy Apple said, Imperium Pro Team did win their first game. Now we're moving on to our Game 2 at match point, because Best of 3 series. Why is it a Best of 3 series? Because we are rather yung laro ng NA at IPT, it's the lower bracket. So in our match 2, maybe you guys are kind of confused. For those who are just tuning into us, I mean, welcome to the promotionals here. So winners bracket yung Org and Barcy Esports. So now moving on to our Game 2. I hope I cleared that for you guys. For those who are just tuning in and those who are just coming back to our stream, shout out to you guys. So happy that you're joining us again here. So Brian, I like to call you Brian, but here you're Crazy Apple.
Yeah.
So when it comes to yung Game 2 natin, you really have to handle, as you said, mentioned previously in our Game 1, reliable engage is something that NA did lack, right?
Yeah, and actually yesterday, if remember the games from yesterday, Naga Esports medyo hindi rin talaga sila nag-play ng comp that have really strong engage. Siguro nung Game 2 lang nila, probably Zac, he was playing the Zac, pero they would sometimes go for these comps na more on waiting for the other team na sila yung mag-engage sa kanila, absorbing the impact and trying to get back, turn around the fight in their favor. Pero ngayon, we'll see if like how can these teams react. And right now we're seeing the bracket with we're in the lower bracket right now with Naga Esports versus Imperial Pro Team, where Imperial Pro Team has the lead.
Oh yes. So I hope that you can see on your screens right now yung format natin for the promotionals for the Globe Conquerors Manila. So you can see on your screens here, upper bracket and lower bracket. So going back to what you said, Crazy Apple, about dun sa laro ni Za in our Game 1, I really have to, I'm really impressed on how Za played that game. I mean, despite with his strundle, I mean, with those on-key ganks, getting the first blood lead was a good start for NE. But sadly, in my opinion, they should have ramped it up even more. But I guess for IPT, they were confident enough in their own skills.
Yeah, and siguro ang biggest difference ng Naga Esports this game compared to yesterday was I felt that they were slightly more proactive in the map. They're taking more fights. Albeit siguro IPT was also giving them those fights. Pero hindi katulad kahapon na very stale, very talagang naging puro macro lang yung laro. And right now we're going into the drafting phase where Naga Esports has banned Irelia and Zoe, while IPT has banned Karma and Curiously Deluxe.
So now guys, on to our Game 2 of Naga Esports on the blue side versus Imperium Pro Team on the red side. On your screens, you can see the last picks and bans from our Game 1 to give you a glimpse of what any can play. So again, they're jumping on the Ezreal like we saw in our Game 1, which blue side pa rin yung sila, and they did ban out yung Kai'Sa.
Yeah, and katulad na sinasabi ni Chisa since yesterday na it just means, or probably means na kapag binaban nyo Kai'Sa on blue side, it means hindi ganun ka-proficient yung ADC nyo in playing that champion. But at the same time, priority pick nila what I believe is the top tier ADC aside from Kai'Sa, which is that Ezreal.
So Ezreal on the blue side. Now you can see here the trundle being hovered by IPT. Note that was played by Za in our Game 1, and I gotta say, great performance on him for those on-point ganks, and they will take away one of the two picks from our Game 1, the Trundle and the Mundo.
Yeah, and itong dalawang champs talaga na to has been quite the flavor of the month ever since, well, kasama MSI and also because of the recent pops to Mundo na he become just a really strong champion ang hirap pigilan. So yeah, I think IPT had a good trade there, giving away that Ezreal and taking 2 power picks of their own.
So 2 power picks going towards IPT side. Flavor of the month. That's a nice way to say that, Crazy Apple. So NE now going in for one of their own picks. I would say that's pretty powerful. Engage now. The Forge God and the Glacier Prison, or in Sejuani, taken away to conclude the first phase for NE.
Yeah, and I guess siguro na nanonood ng stream ang Naga Esports ngayon, narinig yung mga sinasabi ni Chisto, and right now they did pick some of the strongest engages that we have in the meta, Sejuani and Ornn. Arguably, may nagsasabi that Sejuani isn't really that much in the meta right now, pero the engagement she brings is just super strong that she can be relevant in any part of the meta.
And one thing that I liked about IPT, they've taken away the Braum. Why is that? Sometimes we see the Ezreal being paired with the Braum. That was the case what we see in our previous games. But now, they know they have Sejuani, yeah? They don't want to give away that Braum because that's going to be so much CC lockdown from NE. So they have denied the Braum to gain for themselves. And what better ADC that could be paired up well with the Braum is a Vayne. I like it. A free stun to the Vayne, that's all we want.
Yeah, and this is actually a very ballsy pick coming from Marquina. Yeah, we could say that Braum would offer a lot of protection para in the laning phase para dito sa Vayne na to. But at the same time, it is still that Ezreal. I'm actually waiting for this pick. If talagang malalakin tong board na to, it might be the first board we've seen in competitive play in a long time.
Oh, switch that around towards the Sona pick here for NE, and Syndra, a safe blind pick towards the mid lane. So we'll see IPT. How will they respond with the Syndra? Could possibly, I can see that on their first picks here. The Vladimir was played in our game 1, but for Imperium Pro Team, they're kind of mixing their own flavors.
Yeah.
Crazy Apple, like Apple, they're going in for different tastes, different mixes. But the
Yeah.
Swain will be the one to finish that dish here as Imperium Pro Team has concluded their phase 2 with our final picks on your screens right now.
Yeah, and actually Naga Esports right there, they actually, in their second phase of banning, they banned the Tristana and the Caitlyn. Probably kaya na-pinch si Marky into playing that Vayne. But at the same time, Marky could have also picked Saya. So I'm actually very excited how Marky will perform on this champion. Nakita na natin, especially like last year in the PGS, that he is very proficient on this champion.
You know, I gotta say here to the guys watching, I've been closely looking at Marcus' performance doon pa sa Rampage na 2017 now to 2018 on the PGS. I've seen his performance on the Vayne, on his Zaya. Medyo na-following ko siya. So you can expect that that is one of his pocket picks na he is very proficient on, but he sometimes does have the bad habit of being too aggressive. And I think for NE, they can slightly punish that because they do have the Sona, the Sejuani, not to mention the Syndra. So he really needs to watch out for his spacing around the map.
Yeah, and ang ganda din ng pick comp na to. And at the same time, a lot of CC coming from Naga. By locking it that Sona, they essentially have 4 ways of engaging IPT right now. So, lahat ng criticism since yesterday, they weren't really being proactive. Dapat hindi nila ipapakita yun dito. Dapat papakita nila that they take control of the game early on with these clashes, especially towards the mid game. Kasi ang lakas-lakas ng comp nila in terms of guarding those objectives and winning fights in tight choke points.
This looks like a great match for our Summoners too. Watch out for it. Can NE bounce back in our Game 2 of the Best of 3 series, forcing this into a Game 3? It's not yet over for Naga Esports as they have drafted out actually powerful picks on their blue side. So, to the Summoners watching right now, stay tuned for the Game 2. Glue yourselves towards it and let's see, can NE force this into a Game 3?
Yeah,
but for the Pro Team, let's see what they can do with one of their pocket picks.
Yeah, and habang ngayon, we're still waiting for the game to start. I also like to talk about a bit of the picks from IPT. Ano nga to, hindi sila kasing CC heavy. You could say na they have the Mundo, they have the Trundle, they have the Swain. But at the same time, power picks ito eh. Mundo, Swain, Trundle, we've seen them in pro play. Especially Mundo nga, I said before, earlier na he had a lot of buffs. So, in a sense then, if this Mundo would run rampant across the map, he can take control of the side wave and just keep on split pushing, as we've seen. If any viewers out there were watching the LVL noong Wednesday, like I've seen a couple of Mundos now just take over the game. At the same time, Swain also deals a lot of damage in the mid game, and also Trundle is a really good pick when paired against that Sejuani.
And now we're loading up to our Game 2 of Naga Esports versus Imperium Pro Team. Looks like some reliable engage coming from their side here, and Imperium Pro Team may go for, as the commissioner of the LVL NCL said, going in for the side pressure with the Mundo. We do see good mundos out there, but we only see the great ones in the competitive scene. So great thing for the summers out there watching right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Maybe you can learn how to use this mundo because we did see it before in the LVL. If I do believe, USDTL Tigers did touch on this mundo top.
Yes, it was Nav who actually played that champion, and as you see in this game, IPT medyo poking around that red side jungle of Naga, probably getting some vision, and na-spot out lang ngayon ni Ralph yung ward. Sayang hindi niya nakuha yung ward.
Sayang, one more hit yun ah. So despite being seen here, he's pretty much happy that he's getting the attention he needs and getting some poke from the suitcase. So now Imperium Pro Team, they will start on the red side, and I do believe on wards being placed by Shadow on that brush to see if they would get an early gank. Because if you guys did watch our game 1, short recap to the guys just joining us right now, we saw a very early gank in game 1.
Yeah.
Where they get the first blood on the Ezreal. Okay, free stun coming in hot, flashes away for the Sona. Looks like he is respecting the Brahms concussive blows.
Yeah, and sobrang aggressive talaga ng IPT, especially itong level 1 na to. And also, Braum has a really strong level 1 kasi nga, his concussive blows is passive. Pag naprokagan yung stun, it almost ensures a lot of damage. It's sometimes a kill.
And we can see for Market, he did start Q and not was condemned. So you couldn't expect the same double CC lockdown, but at least this Sona is quite vigilant dun sa stun galing kay Vayne, not to mention the Brahms concussive blows. So that kind of remedies yung first blood that we saw before in the game 1, but now Apple looks like they'll be starting the Sona without a flash.
Yeah, yun na lang. It's gonna be pretty hard for Schnitzel to stay in this lane. Baka ma-pick off siya, and may trade na the top lane kasi naka-early level to si MJ.
Sakit ni Mundo.
Yeah.
Looks like the Undying Grasp is dealing some extra magic damage towards his Ornn. Not to mention, it's gonna really scale well with the Mundo's passive. So this will be a great matchup, but looks like Henry does fight back against Light. Wow, landing the never move there.
Yeah, it was a great land of Light on that never move. And para din sa mga viewers natin, that was a textbook of how you would harass your laner. Kasi Henry was going for that CS. So pinedict ka agad ni Light when Henry was going for the CS and casted that never move para mas ma-ensure niya na tatama yung halas niya.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. That's the small detail I hope that the viewers do see and can really appreciate how we did talk about Light being the experienced mid lane. I mean, he's been in the esports for quite a long time. And I think for Henry, it's been, I think this is my first time seeing the name Henry being played on his side. Can you shed some light on that, Crazy Apple?
Henry has actually been in the LCL. He's been in the collegiate scene for a while. And I was talking about, me and Arctic was actually talking about him yesterday. And yeah, Henry has also been part of the semi-pro team called Majestic Castle. It is essentially Naga right now. And their only missing member is actually Acedia, who was also from the LPL. And I would say Henry was one of those. He was in the LCL since it started. So you would say na in terms of the collegiate scene, isa siya sa really mechanically gifted players. And right now we're seeing na I don't think he's that behind against Light. But at the same time, Light does have that pro player pedigree na could sometimes be very nakakatakot para sa isang player na galing sa collegiate scene.
But looking how Henry, as you said, Apple, I don't think that is phasing him for now. I mean, CS-wise, not that far behind. Normally, when you're faced against that pedigree, it's something that can make you nervous. And Henry doesn't see that, so he's pretty much okay for now. But looks like he does spot out the Trundle. Did use the stun, does not have the escape yet. Does have the flash intact, and here comes the Sejuani for the counter. Permafrost, and finally connecting there for the first blood. Teleport channel in, or going in for the knockup there under tower. Never will going in under tower. Still do have an Ornn, and that will be a flash out from what a close call from the Ornn.
And that was such a good rotation coming from Cha. Na-recognize ka kaagad na baka pumunta si Hate in that mid lane and was ready for that counter gap, immediately jumping on that Trundle. Also good communication coming from Henry and Cha.
Yeah, the communication we saw right there, Apple, is the coordination from NE. Timing the teleport, wanted to go for the tower dive. What went wrong there, guys? You saw how the Ornn did miss the chart, so no knockup was connected throughout. Looks like Light was about to get a kill. Medyo kinabahan si Ornn, so he does flash away. In the end, this is still good. I mean, they got the first blood in the hands of the Syndra.
Yeah, and Maganda din kasi yung pick doon ni Syndra. He went for that ignite. Kaya ito na they had enough damage on hit. And yeah, really good counter gank coming from that.
And so, we're seeing, that's what we saw dun sa game 1 at Nisa. Going for counter ganks, very active around the map. So, give him a Sejuani, he can do the same thing. And that is something that I think you guys want to watch out for, because when you're looking at this game, Crazy Apple. Crazy Apple. So, this Sejuani, watch out for that, guys, because that's going to be something that Annie will bank on. And Sa, most likely, he'll be all over the map.
Yeah. And yesterday, it's a big difference from his games yesterday. Talagang ang passive niya kasi kahapon eh. And it was really, I felt kind of bad in a way because I was expecting a lot from Jazz, seeing his performance in the LVL and probably just nerves kasi medyo first time niya naglala in a more competitive scene and kind of the pro scene right now. Especially, this is one of the tickets going into Worlds.
Oh.
So, yung pressure baka nandoon sa kanya yesterday. Pero now, I'm seeing that he's really been more proactive around the map. And maybe, medyo na-shake off na niya yung jitters na yun.
That's great. I mean, some adjusting, easing towards dun sa pedigree ng mga ibang players natin dun sa pro scene. So, okay lang yan. I mean, game 1, so day 1.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good thing. It's okay. This is the lower bracket. They still have a shot going into the semifinals. But right now, I think it's going to be a game where, despite having the first blood, I think the first blood was great because this Syndra picked up what? The Lost Chapter.
Yeah. And from that, picking up that Lost Chapter, mas makaka-snowball na siya to a lead, to an item. And I think marami naman ng sa viewers natin nakaranas na that a really fed Syndra is just super hard. Yeah, yung kanyang outplay button kung tawagin ko, that ultimate, the point and click burst damage from that ultimate can just delete that lane later.
But it's okay for life. He is on the swing, can regenerate some health from the spell vamp. But note that yung first back ni Syndra, getting the Lost Chapter is great for the lane phase. Without a doubt, yung first back ni Light, wala siya nang buo. So he does go back on his second back, picks up the Catalyst. But it's okay for Light to go for that rough start. I mean, CS-wise, not that much of a deficit for himself. In a way here, Fisher going in for the flash engage. Stun on the Sona, condemn the Sona to the wall, as Shadow will be the one to pick up an easy kill. What a suppress engage coming from Imperium Pro Team from the bot lane.
And that was such a good calculated engage coming from IPT. Na-recognize nila kaagad that they were about to hit level 6 and there might be more fighting in the bot lane.
Prison coming in, does flash away. Marky does not connect him to the Prison, leaving behind Shadow for the kill onto Key. Flash in from the Syndra. Here comes Unleash Power! Ooh. Okay, one more hit there. That would be a kill onto Marky. Does give away really low.
Yeah, and makita natin doon yung aggressiveness ng IPT staying longer in that lane, not having enough vision na pick off tuloy si Shadow, but coming back into that 2v2 of the bot lane against IPT and Naga. Ang ganda talaga ng timing nila, na time nila na magle-level 6. Hindi pa nag-level 6 si Marky. Shadow, for some reason, had a higher XP and umiga ko sa mid lane.
Glacier Prison is not available for this, but they don't need it anymore because they will just rely on the heavy CC coming from the Syndra, not to mention yung passive galing kay Sejuani. So, 3-1 on the kill score right now, Summoners. We are nearing the 9-minute mark as the gold lead. It's just a slight 1,000, and now we see two members in the mid lane. Pushing and then, okay, overall their hate.
Mukhang i-defend naman to ngayon ni Shadow and Kate. And paano ba? The IPT squad right now, medyo nag-play aggressive na si Marky. You could say medyo sloppy. After they got that kill, they stayed there. Okay, fine. Aggressive kami. But Light not recognizing na baka three members from Naga would go to the mid lane and gank him was kind of sloppy in my opinion.
Well, I hope that they do recover from the sloppiness here for IPT. But Any looking good right now for those Any fans out there. Hashtag Any win if you're rooting for them, or hashtag IPT win. So coming from our day 1, looks like yung jitters sinasabi ni Apple, so it doesn't happen anymore. So those who are following from our day 1, welcome back to day 2 again. So now we're seeing dun sa itemization natin Apple. On the top lane, expect a Strahl, expect a Visage Rush. But kay Orange, knowing that it's an AP matchup, okay lang yan if to rush the Abyssal Mask. So extra damage, extra clear. Extra clear. So I think it was an advertisement. But here comes the gang from the Toronto Ice Pillar. Does knock him back here. Followed by the Never Moves. Oh my god, that's not going to be an escape for Henry. Subjugate. Subjugate Tech will be the killing blow. He was going to give it to Light, but the ultimate from Subjugate does deal continuous magic damage, so sadly enough, does go towards the Trundle.
I think bumilang din doon yung red buff na hawak ni Hate. It included more true damage, and that was a really good gank naman coming from IPT. Recognizing na walang flash mata si Henry, so even just that that pillar would stop him, and it would be a kill for them.
That's okay. I mean, assist is better than nothing because we're looking at yung itemization in Syndra right now, rushing the Luden's Echo from the Lost Chapter first blood pickup. So for Light is picking up the Catalyst. This could go a lot of ways. Could go for Abyssal, could go for Roa, but we'll see. I mean, it's already 11 minutes into the game here, and we got cashed again by Zaw and being locked down by the prison. And the Unleashed Power will be wrapping up that kill.
Okay, parang nagte-take turns dito si Za saka si Hate sa mid lane Minsan lilitaw si Hate, minsan lilitaw si Za. Ngayon, it was in favor of Naga getting that kill on Light.
Okay, so Light will be picking up the Blasting One move. We will expect a Roa. So Cloud Check is being started by Naga Esports. They did get spotted out by the Swank Plan. Wait, are you gonna go for a contest here? Okay, they will not. Give it away, it's okay. But this can help, and a move around the map with fluid movement. Speed is everything you want, and Sak can really use it properly.
Yeah, and nakakakuha na ng objectives ng Naga, getting kills in that mid lane, kasi nalulose na ng IPT yung priority in that mid lane when Light died. So, I think mas maganda nagiging conversion ngayon ng kills from for Naga, and medyo nagpupunta na yung lead for Naga, but at the same time, IPT still has that scaling Vayne. And as we all know, Vayne in the late game is super scary.
Also the Swain to provide extra continuous damage. That's what we're banking on. So, at least meron sila yung meat shield. Yung Mundo at si Brom, yung breakable niya can deny what? The Unleashed Power can be blocked, guys. Can be blocked by the Unbreakable from the Brom. So, it's all about timing. Galing kay Henry to time it correctly. But if it comes to team fight, mahirapan siya dahil there's a lot of people. Okay, I ran off Tagalog words there. There's a lot of people grouping up, but rely on Shadow to be the one to block it off.
Yeah, and I also realized that medyo in a timer ang Naga. Kasi when it comes to the super late game, this Mundo might just be so tanky na dalawa lang ang damage leaders ngayon ng Naga on that Syndra and Ezreal, and hindi sila typical na tank buster. Unlike, like, let's say that Vayne or probably Kai'Sa. So, pag umabot sa point na around 4 or 5 items na tong Mundo na to, he might just be this unkillable monster that Naga would not be able to handle.
And they need to get that Grievous Wound. Maybe we can expect a Morello from Henry. Here it comes here, signal in the gap. Glacial Fissure misses the Sona, but there's the slow and the pellet to corner the Sona. Crescendo for the two-man storm here, calling in for the fourth shot. Teleport play coming in from the Ornn will signal the kill. And a wrap-up for the double kill for Naga.
Wow, Naga Esports, that was a terrific answer to that gank coming from IPT. Ang ganda. The first thing that Naga did, that's why they won that fight, was yung dodge ni Schnitzel on that ult from the Brom. Dahil hindi siya na-knock up, he had enough time, he had enough distance so that he could land that stun on 2 targets. Tapos ang ganda din ng timing ng TP ni Rug and that answer counter gap from Ja, giving them those 2 kills and a tower.
Crescendo, Prison, scattered away. Lots of triple CC onto Imperium Protein, could not move. That's an easy wrap up there. Great coordination. Teleport play coming from Ralph to call in the Forge God. And now we're seeing maybe, yes, that could be the second turret going towards their side. But now in the turret store, it will be 1 for now. First turret will put the hands up Naga Esports. Not to mention yung first blood pa din.
Yeah, and nag-roll na yung items nito ng Ezreal na to. Ni Keith because he's already 3-0. Yes, he might be about 20 CS behind Marky at the moment, but he has 3 kills. Yung gold na hawak niya ngayon is more than enough to make up for that CS deficit.
Saka lang nga pala, I wanna touch in on this Ornn because you know me, I love Ornn. And I love an Ornn that picks up a Abyssal Mask.
Yeah.
Why is that? More damage for him, yes, but look at Sejuani, Syndra, Ezreal, Sona, all of them deal what? Magic damage. Crescendo can deal a lot of damage. True Shot, Barrage too. So this will be a great coordination coming in from Imperium Pro Team, hold out that condemned to the wall. Herald doing the work here. Prison does not connect. They're going for the dance while Hate is tagging the turret shot as Morgan will run to pick up the kill. The Herald chipping down the turret. Here comes the Sona trying to heal the Sejuani. Light over the wall with a blast cone. Never move does not connect because the Sona does flash away. The Sejuani will back away, does not get hit by the Winter's Bite. With Herald closing in, close to death here, won't do much damage towards the turret, but that's not gonna stop Imperium Pro Team to mowing it down. That's still a lot of damage there. Never move to connect onto the Sejuani. Now we're seeing 4 members still in the bot lane.
Yeah, and IPT gets 2 turrets from a terrific rotation coming from their part, but Naga right here might be able to answer with the first tier turret in the mid lane, but yeah, just really good rotation coming from IPT. And you were saying that that Rip Herald will deal not a lot of damage because maliit na yung HP niya.
Correct me on that.
But may change kasi lately on the Herald, and Light might be getting picked off here.
It does flash away, so I think Apple, you were touching on the Herald changes. I do know that it deals more damage, so shed some light me on that.
Yeah, meron na silang nilagay na minimum amount of damage kahit anong HP ng Herald, and you see right there na around 30% yung din na damage ng Herald. Kahit mga 40, mga 40 na lang HP niya, still deals a lot of damage, which is super worth for IPT.
So I think that's what our summoners can take out from here. I mean, despite yung Herald, maliit yung health niya, go for the protect the Herald type of game style, and you saw yung results na happen in the bot lane where Imperium Pro Team a full-on push until the inhibitor turret in the bot lane.
Yeah, and looking at the stats right here, Za currently has 6 assists, 100% kill participation for Naga. So we're seeing that si Za ang nagdidictate din ng tempo, nagdidictate where they're going around the map, and that has netted them 2 towers and more proactiveness and control over the map.
Okay, so control over the map is the game here as NE. They're pushing out the outer top lane turret, making the turret score 3 even out. But know that the bot lane, nawala yung turrets. Nawala talaga yung mga turrets until the inhibitor. So, they want to match that. They want to make it a mirror as they are now 4 members strong. Teleport being channeled in. Here comes the Mundo. Can he go for the meat shield? Does cancel it out and will not engage there as the force gun will be the start. But the prison is there and the fissure for the disengage slow. Looks like Annie will now back off.
Yeah, and that was really good defense coming from IPT. Also, Naga was recognizing na walang tao sa bot lane, so we're all going top. But IPT answering with the mid lane pressure and probably getting 2 turrets out of this.
This is great for IPT. Annie was 5 members strong. That is good, but they need to realize that there is a Trundle who can just split push the heck out of the mid lane because Frozen Domain, Chomp, I bet he has Demolish. And I think if I remember yung patch notes natin, Demolish did get a slight buff, more damage. So watch out for that, and NE has to observe and respect the push coming from Hate.
Yeah, and maganda din talaga ang lead there ng IPT, recognizing immediately na sinod nga ng Naga yung bot lane para they can rotate topside and try to siege down that turret. But IPT with the split push strategy, putting Hate in that mid lane, nets them more objectives on their side.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about dun sa play dun sa they're going from 5 members, right? So what's a better way to try and even out the trade, distribute your teams across the map? Go in for a split push so that you're forced to lower the chance of any winning a fight because they rely on hard teamwork. I mean, CC locks them, they need that.
Yeah.
What's the easiest way to deny it? Just go over the hill.
Yeah, exactly, and that is a great point right there. And I think na that IPT is really recognizing that fact na the whole comp of Naga is relying on these huge team fights para sila manalo and also to get leads. Pero pag tinanggal mo yung opportunity na yun from them, then IPT can just run all over the map and get objectives.
So now we're seeing NE going for the mid lane push here. Locks down Shadow. Here comes the Trundle from the side. Does get spotted by the Ward there. Here it comes. MJ just joined in the fight. They're kind of glued in together. They're grouped up together. Stops the Mundo from going in. We're seeing a standoff here. Looking at the map, all members are now present in the mid lane. They're pushing at the wave. Syndra stacking up the balls for a possible stun.
Medyo nagpapakilamdaman pa lang sila dito. Naga is on the seat, but IPT might just be...
Oh, hey, with the block up to the Sona and the Bezreal. Here comes MJ flashing over the Pellet to secure the kill onto Henry. And Light will deal with the Sona here. Nosing out south from that fight and now focusing on 2-2. I can't believe he's gonna make it here. Looks at the Orin will be attacking all the shots coming in from IPT. Rob trying his best to survive, but in the end, this will be the ace in the mid lane as IPT just pincered the members with a well-placed pillar.
Oh my god, IPT right there. It felt like they were reading a military textbook strategy right there. So what happened was, Naga was trying to siege and trying to exert pressure in that mid lane. But IPT wasn't exactly backing down. And you can see the replay right here. But yeah, the pillar, but as well, look at how IPT is positioned. Yung gitna nila, medyo minure inside nila yung Naga para makapunta sa backline si Light. Nag-commit tuloy yung backline ng Naga trying to kill IPT. Yes, they did take down Marky, pero yung beefy tanks ng IPT ngayon could get on top of Keith, kaya hindi na maka-deal damage ang Naga, and Naga just got run down because it felt parang pincer movement na dahan-dahan nilure sa gitna, pinaligiran ka at kaya saka kayo inubos.
Speak of the devil, I was gonna say, I want to see the replay here, but great that we see it here. So now we're seeing the Baron being started by NE. Imperium Pro Team, can they respond? Wards being not there present, but they do have the Shrine. So they know that they're going for the Baron. Look at Za, half to hell. Focus on the key members, two-man knockup. Coming for the Baron. Hey goes in over the wall. Signals the force dart for the possible disengage. Look at Marky from the side. Ice pillar for the slow. Everyone is cornered to the wall for an easy stun there. Marky for the double kill. Now going on to the edge, forcing out that fight here as Imperium Pro Team will be the ones to take away the Baron. They're not yet done. They want more. They want the ace, but they will just settle for some.
Oh my god, Naga. It felt like they baited themselves inside that Baron pit. Yes, they were looking for that big team fight that could probably won them or gave them that lead. Pero IPT with just, again, another good engage, another good surround that finished off Naga right there, only keep surviving in the end.
Alessi will be there to just catch the waves in the bot lane, but yeah, 7-12 kill score and the Baron play will happen for Imperium Pro Team. Kanina we saw dun sa game 1 natin, IPT made a call with the Baron, yeah? And now they will be the ones to punish the start for NE. Because we all know the Baron does extra damage, more damage to overall members, so timing was bad there. And here's the replay to see what happened in the Baron.
Yeah, and nung una Naga was inside the pit trying to burn down that Baron, pero maganda din yung timing ng IPT as well as na-block yung Orb. Ultimate, no, he just missed. Ralph missed that Orb ultimate. So hindi na tuloy nagkaroon ng extra layer of CC, and Za trying to secure that Baron, that hit on that smite. It's just, I think, siya yung mas later nag-smite because I saw that Baron around like 27 HP and secured that Baron for IPT, and it was in the end a 4-0 plus Baron.
And I want to clarify what happened in dun sa smite team natin. If you check the levels we hate towards Za, you can see 12 si Za, tapos he hate 14. So, immediately puts him at a disadvantage. So, now that I look at it that way, Apple, isn't that a questionable Baron call? Because alam nila yung on their level si Sejuani, and that's Toronto with 2 levels ahead. That's an easy steal.
Yeah, and arguably, I think as well na that is a valid point. But at the same time, oh, there might be a pick here.
Pick up there. Hey, let's get shooting down. Oh my god, not escaping from that. Wow, ultimate lockdown, but I'm pretty scared that they used a lot of ultimates there. Prison, Forge God, not available. Imperium Pro Team now focusing on the mid lane inhibitor. It is stripped down. One more hit from Light will secure the turret. Inhibitor is now exposed as IPT. Now just wrecking the base.
Yeah, IPT still has that Baron comp, so they can still keep pushing. And now they just got that inhibitor, and they might rotate towards the bot lane since there's a wave for them on that lane.
Okay guys, 24 minutes into our game here, summarizing everything that's happened so far. We did see, for those who are just tuning in guys, so we did see yung NE, they started yung Baron.
Yeah.
They kinda made a mistake there, and IPT stole that Baron. That's why they have it right now, and they were able to make the turret score 7-3. And you can see on your scoreboard and your screens about the gold lead, it's now 10k. That's a lot.
Yeah, and yung mindset kasi doon ng Naga, they were trying to go for a double or nothing play. Natalo sila on a fight before, and they were trying to force another fight. If IPT did not recognize that fact, they got a Baron. It's a win situation for them. But IPT recognizing that fact, and they surround Naga, and it was just a bad gamble on Naga's part.
So to see the chain of events that happened here, guys. For NE, we did say that they had a great start. I mean, we saw that in our game 1. We saw it again in our game 2. But then again, Imperium Pro Team will be the ones to just false hope, paasa lang sila. So we know that IPT were playing a game where they were scaling, yeah? Now they're scaled up. And now they're ready to go hell onto NE because look at Marquis item 414, Infinity Edge, Static Shift, Rapid Fire Cannon, that's all you need on a Vayne and that's good enough. But look at Swain, the Torment, the Rylar, slow and extra damage. That will make it a bit difficult for NE to stay in a fight because they have great lockdown without a doubt. Crescendo is their extra magic damage from the Abyssal Mask. But is that enough?
In certain fights, it would be enough, but in the fights that it's happening, alam din ng IPT yun eh. They also see that that is a strategy that Naga is going for. This really big fights with all those CC, the layer of CC, the AoE CC. But since alam yun ng IPT, ini-spread lang nila yung sarili nila doon sa battlefield na one guy is here, one guy is here. So hindi sila lahat nila layeran ng CC. So kahit matamaan lang isa, 4 members can still fight. So, hindi tuloy na gagawa ng Naga what they want to do.
Looks like if for NE to win this game, if they do want to do something to come back into this rather late game in our game 2, they need to try and pull the strings here because they were going for pickups. We saw that in the red side. So that's one way to go for it. Looks like we're back from our mini pause. We do apologize for that, summoners. Medyo tense yung game and, you know, we do want to give you guys always the momentum to watch it. So thankfully enough, I hope you're still tuning in and now back to our game 2.
Yeah, medyo naramdaman din ng game na very tense eh. So medyo minsan, pero yeah, we're back into the game and medyo nag-reset yung both teams but IPT looks like they're trying to go for another siege in the top side.
Okay lang, Crazy Apple, we have QSS on our side. We cleanse out from the technical difficulty. Here it comes, Forge God! Oh yeah! Blocked by the Unbreakable. Crucial Barrage! Blocked by the Unbreakable. Look at Shadow. Do we have everything got? Red Swords Unbreakable. And the Fetcher for the disengage. But they will be the ones to start the fight as the Teleport comes in from right. There we go for the tower dive here. And now if they're both going in for that flood. Look at Marky popping up with the slow from the swing. And here it comes, the wrap-up for our game 2. Only the Orange survives with 4 members obliterated from the map.
Okay, this might be the game right here, but only if IPT has enough minions for them to get both of the Nexus turrets. It's only 27 minutes into the game. I'm not sure if the death timers are long enough for them to end the game.
And we still have crowd. Okay, I think this will not be the end here. We're seeing some ending in 7 seconds. Man, it felt like the end of the game here because we know that, look at the minion wave crashing in. Look at them, they're ignoring it. They're going straight for the turrets. They're going in for the end, but the members have spawned in. We only see 8 seconds on Skill's timer here. He's gonna respond soon. They're trying to buy some time for the Ezreal to spawn. The Braum has been picked up. Stand behind me to connect him to the Toronto. Here it comes. Frozen domain for the Speed Boost. Hey, does make it out right. Looks like NE with a successful defense.
Yeah, and Naga right there fighting back. And classic IPT, this whole series, very aggressive sila, always trying to overreach. But at the same time, they didn't really lose much. Losing 1 member for breaking the base and getting 1 Nexus, I'd say that's pretty worth.
Okay, now we're trying to really close in the game at least. I mean, we saw the aggression, the eagerness from Imperium Pro Team that they want to wrap up this game with haste, but in the end, it will be NE. Just delaying it for now. No game, no 2-0 for you for now, IPT. You want to force this to a 1-1, so deal with it. And we will try and turn this around because as far as we saw dun sa composition natin, dun sa mga lockdown, grabe, ganda talaga yung lockdown ni NE. Pero what happened dun sa top lane, Ryan? Yung Unbreakable, diba?
Yeah, the Unbreakable, that Braum pick is super crucial for IPT. Talagang sobrang, yun yung mahirap eh, when you're against a Braum, he has the Unbreakable, lahat ng line skill shot mo, lahat tuloy ng line CC mo, just becomes ineffective.
Kahit yung ultimate easy na. Yung point and click now we always pick as easy kill. But leave it to the Unbreakable to just make your life a living hell for any type of burst mage, especially Ascenda. Also dun sa prison, galing kay Sejuani. Note that for the Unbreakable's interaction, cannot remove the skills, but instead Braum will be the one to tank it. So if the Unbreakable is up, he will tank all the CC here, like you see right now, but Condemned towards the wall. Sauce the focus. They did get the Condemned and never move. Marky going in for the last stack. Oh, he was going for the last stack from Conquerors loss, but does expire just in time. Blast for the engage here onto Zargas versus by Marky. Now they're going in onto the Sona. One more hit there, but Lively didn't want to pick up the kill. Shadow was trying to go for over the wall. Winter's Bite does not connect. It's okay. I don't need it because two members are taking down here. Make it 3. A triple kill for Marky. And now with 4 members wiped out again from that map, looks like IPT will be winning this match.
Yeah, and IPT will take the game 2 of this best of 3 series after maybe killing Ralphias, and they do get the kill in the fountain, gets the ace, and now they're just gonna finish off this Nexus.
Wow, what a game it was. NAU having a great start, but Imperium Pro Team having a stronger finish here in our match 1 of the Globe Conquerors Manila Promotionals. And in this match with a best of 3 series with a 2-0, or 0-2 for IPT.
Yeah, 0-2 for IPT, and wow, I think Naga, yeah, we've been talking about how they got the early lead. Early on, sila talaga nagdidictate ng fights, but I think the most crucial fight there was in the mid lane. Yung napincer sila ng IPT, and from then on, IPT just took the reins. Sila na yung nag-dictate ng fights. Pansin mo na after that fight, sila na yung nagsisimula at sila din nagtatapos.
Looks like Imperium Pro Team will be advancing towards the next bracket because match 1 is their win here. So this concludes for our match 1 as we move on to match 2. A best of 5 series for the winners bracket.
Yes.
The winner bracket here for Archangel versus Barcy Esports. So that's something for our summoners to tune in and wait as we will move on to a short break here. My name is Vulcan. With me was Crazy Apple. See you after the short break for the Globe Conquerors Manila Promotionals. Coming up next would be Archangel versus Barcy Esports.
Medyo nagpapakilamdaman pa lang sila dito. Naga is on the seat, but IPT might just be...
Oh, hey, with the block up to the Sona and the Bezreal. Here comes MJ flashing over the pellet to secure the kill onto Henry. And Light will deal with the Sona here. Losing out south from that fight and now focusing on 2T. I can't believe he's gonna make it here. Looks at the Orn. Will be taking all the shots coming in from IPT. Rob trying his best to survive, but in the end, this will be the ace in the mid lane. At half to hell. Focus on the team members. 2-man knockup coming from the Baron. Hey goes in over the wall. Signals the force out for the possible disengage. Look at Marky on the side. Ice put up for the slow. Everyone is cornered to the wall for an easy stun there. Marky for the double kill. Now going on to the edge, forcing out the fight here. As Imperium Pro Team will be the ones to take away the Baron. They're not yet done. They want more. They want the ace, but they will just settle for some. Oh yeah, blocked by the Unbreakable. Crucial barrage, blocked by the Unbreakable. Look at Shadow doing everything got. Stretch towards Unbreakable and the Fetcher for the disengage, but they will be the ones to start the fight as the Zelda comes in from right. There we go for the tower dive here, and now Imperium Pro Team going in for that flood. Look at Marky popping up with the slow from the swing, and here it comes the wrap up for our game 2. Only the Orange survives with 4 members obliterated from the map.
Okay, this might be the game right here, but only if IPT has...
Blast for the engage here onto Zargas versus by Marky. Now they're going in onto the Sona. One more hit there, but Lively didn't want to pick up the kill. Shadow was trying to go for over the wall. Winter's Bite does not connect. It's okay. I don't need it because 2 members are taking down here. Make it 3. A triple kill for Marky. And now with 4 members wiped out again from that map, looks like IPT will be winning this match.
Yeah, and IPT will take the game 2 of this best of 3 series after maybe killing Ralphias, and they do get the kill in the fountain, gets the ace, and now they're just gonna finish off this Nexus.
Wow, what a game it was. NAU having a great start, but Imperium Pro Team having a stronger finish here in our match 1 of the Globe Conquerors Manila Promotion.